Hi, my name's Maura Baker. He calls me the Imaginera to Cacova or something. I'm the creative one here, sort of. And this is?
My name is Roy Baker. I kind of got us started down this road for starting it as a business. We've been doing it at home for quite some time, both chocolate and coffee. So for whatever reason, I deployed to Afghanistan, came back and decided, hey, I got a great idea. Let's start a business. So we did.
We are in a really kind of secretive place. We're in the factory part of Zero Tolerance Coffee and our newly named Tewa chocolate. We wanted to take you through a behind the scenes look at what we do to actually bring chocolate to life in the Britton District of Oklahoma. So the first thing we get is sacks of cacao delivered to us by the pallet on a truck. And it comes from a variety of different places in the world. Cacao is a rainforest product, so anywhere around that rainforest belt and the equator grows cacao. So I wanted to take a look up at the wall, get you a little bit of a picture of what cacao looks like. So come on with me. So cacao is actually a pod and it grows on these lovely trees in the rainforest, and it comes in so many colors. I mean, it can be pink, green, orange, spotted and speckled. And inside these big pods, there are these white beans inside that are very bitter, but the fruit around the side tastes kind of like sweet tarts. It's one of the most amazing. I think it's mango and papaya, but my husband says sweet tarts. So they're these most amazingly tart and vibrant fruit. And to start the process, they have to take them out of the pods, break it open, and then start the fermentation process. So you have to get a lot of the moisture out, but a lot of the sugar kind of has to cook the fruit down to where it's something that we get. So come on over here. I'll take a look of what we actually receive in the process. So these are fermented but unroasted cacao beans. They're actually a seed. So we get those, and then I step them over to our coffee and cacao roaster. We had one specially built to us from a company in Israel. So once they're roasted, they look a little bit different, but still some of that white, they're a little more puffy. The whiteness has kind of come off of them. But when you rub your fingers over them, watch me get one I can't do, they will actually crack. There we go, I can't do it one-handed. And open up, and once that shell comes off, you have a lovely cacao bean. And that is what we break into pieces, and that's what you know is a cacao nib that you might enjoy on your oatmeal or in your cookies or whatnot. And we take that from there, we do a process called a winnower. So this machine actually separates that papery shell or the cascara off the cocoa bean. After that point, we get the nibs, and the nibs need to be ground into what we call a chocolate liquor. Sorry, I'm getting this moving. It's going to be a little bit loud. If you want to come over here, I don't have any in here right now. But this is a big stone grinder, and we do 100 pounds of chocolate in this at a time. So I don't know can you see it? Yeah. So what happens is we actually just put the cacao nibs in here. It starts to crush them, kind of like peanut butter. You know, peanuts are solid, but once you grind them, they get into a liquid paste. And that's what we get. It's called a chocolate liquor. And we can either take it from there at this point and go to our cacao press, or we can add sugar to it and make it into a really nice chocolate. Once it's a good chocolate and we've ground it down for about 24 to 48 hours, we move it into something called a conch. The conch is basically like a little cooking stew pot where it comes in and it heats the chocolate, and it has what they call shearing force. So it's got two paddles that turn, and it kind of chops and cuts the chocolate so that the fat surrounds the carbohydrate and protein of the particles. So that's what makes that really nice mouth feel in the chocolate. So that's called a conch. And these, you'll sit there and you'll let it heat and stir and kind of cook for anywhere from 6 hours, maybe 24, 48, depending on what you want the chocolate to feel like in your mouth or taste like. Okay, so from there, we kind of come all the way around Honestly, zero tolerance came from kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. Back in 1674, the King Charles II had zero tolerance for coffee, chocolate, sherbet, tobacco. What else?
I think it was tea.
Tea. Oh yeah, tea. So they shut down all the coffee houses in London, and it lasted about 11 days, and there were riots. But people were getting together to educate one another, and they stopped drinking beer for breakfast, and they started thinking for themselves, and all of a sudden you have the Enlightenment, and they're wondering why they had to have a king. And it was kind of a time when you had the advent of the printing press, and people would leaflet. So to me it was like a real parallel to what we see today with Twitter and with all the online, Facebook and everything, where people had a gripe about something and they'd go off and they'd print it on the printing press and they'd leaflet all around town, and then somebody else would print something as a rebuttal and they'd leaflet all around town. And it was, to me, it was just like, you think things are different, and they're not. It was the same stuff, and they were talking about the same things in the same way.
Plenty of fake news.
Oh yeah.
There was plenty of fake news.
Lots of it. So. Last but not least, this is where we actually get the shiny chocolate that you enjoy. The bars, the different bonbons and everything are produced here. So this is a continuous tempering machine. Tempering chocolate, you have to heat it so that all the fat crystals melt, and then you cool it down, and then you bring it back to the middle, just like you temper steel or temper glass. So you want to get the same and even crystalline pattern in the chocolate so that it has a nice crisp snap and also a nice mouthfeel, and it also gives it very shiny look to it. So one thing we've been working on, let me get a little gloves on real quick because I know I'm going to get this all over my hands. One thing we've been working on this week are Easter eggs, and people just like people, and I don't know about you, but I like a good peanut butter egg. So we've been working on our filling. We use a natural peanut butter, except we added a little bit of rum for good measure, just to kind of give it a little bit of a flavor. So you have to work quickly. Chocolate has about 3 to 5 minutes of just being liquid. As soon as I take it out of here, it's going to start solidifying. You kind of have to let these drain. So we're going to make a hollow shell and then fill it. So you get down here and you're going to scrape it, maybe tip it out a little bit more. And then I flip it upside down just to let it drain. Get a little of this chocolate off my hand. You just can't live without it. Now, we would refrigerate it, and at this point, we would take a little bit of time and fill the chocolates. So I usually have one of my people come over. This is a nice, you can smell that peanut butter. So we take a little bit of time, we fill the eggs, and work through it that way. And then after we coat them at the top, you're going to tap them out and then wrap them. I needed to have 3 stages of this for you so I could see them all. So at that point, getting peanut butter. So we try to be really careful about cross contamination in this shop, just because we don't want to get nuts in everything. So at this point, what I would do, I'm just going to take these last 2 on the end. And I'm going to pop these in the fridge too, okay? Got a couple minutes? All right, now, the other ones we usually, once we get to this point, I usually just scrape them, make sure they're nice and clean and even, and then we refrigerate those as well. When people come to Zero Tolerance, they can find community. That's kind of our whole idea. I'm not opposed to people coming in and plopping down with their computer, but we really want people to sit down and enjoy each other's company. And while they're doing that, have an excellent cup of coffee and an excellent bar of chocolate or bonbon or something of the sort. For us, it's about having quality, but also the affordable quality. That's kind of an everyday thing that you can enjoy.
Yeah, the other thing, we do have a few things that are a little bit different. We have the Sriracha chai, which was a chai that was got from Afghanistan. It's a green tea. It takes us about 3 hours to make it. It turns red before we're done. We serve it sweet. We also serve it salty. So that's usually drunk in Afghanistan, Pakistan, some other places or in the area. So that's a little bit different. People aren't used to that. It's spiced a little differently, but
and for us, I mean, to have the coffee and chocolate together, I mean, how much better can that be?
Yeah.
And the two that came out are the good ones. So we've got so these are our dark chocolate natural peanut butter eggs, and the peanut butter is a filling with a little splash of rum. It's intensely peanut butter, it's intensely chocolate, it's creamy, it's smooth, and it's not too sweet. So to me, it's the essence of what I would think the other brands' chocolate peanut butter cups might taste like, but to me, this is the most amazing thing in the world.
I would say, to sum up kind of what we are and what we stand for, is we stand for, you know, getting the highest quality coffee that we can, at a price that people local to us can appreciate the same level of coffee that we've appreciated throughout the years. And the same with chocolate. We're focused on bringing ethical, high quality chocolate to the local people here in Oklahoma City, kind of get people away from what they're getting at the grocery store, let them see what real chocolate tastes like.
We always venture to say that most people have never really tasted real chocolate.
Yeah.
That, you know, you get a product that has had flavors and it's been roasted and they adulterate it in some way. You come here, you get cacao and sugar, and you truly taste chocolate as it's meant to be.
And we don't change the proportion of cocoa powder to cocoa butter. The chocolate that we make is how it came from the forest. I think the coffee world's been there for quite some time, but the chocolate world is just way behind, both in, you know, how ethical treatment of farmers and then in how they respect their product.
Yeah, and for us, it's like, I want you to be able to come here and have an upscale environment without the pretentiousness that you might find, you know, in the coffee world. And that's not to stick fingers at anybody in particular, you know, anybody at all. It's just, I want you to enjoy coffee where you are at in your life. And if you want to put sugar in it, great. If you want to put cream in it, great. But I'm going to get you the nicest sugar and the nicest cream that I can so that you can enjoy it.